Hey, good evening, guys. Welcome to Friday Night Live with your man, Real Deal Steele. What is going on? Good to see you guys. Who do we have starting things off with me tonight? It is Alan Schneider. We got Alan Schneider. We got Johan Kim. We got Larry Ramirez holding it down, modding for me, as well as Erectile Reptile. Bang Stun is in the house. Slay Blaze. Welcome, Moon Boys. Hector the Dude, Stormer 144, of course, Nurse Terry Reed. We love Nurse Terry Reed. Victor Mendez. Welcome, guys, and I'm sure folks will keep trickling in as we move on with tonight's program. If you could just take a moment to smash that like button if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. It's really a big help. Also, if you're brand new here, I'd like to welcome you and invite you to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And obviously, if you feel compelled to super chat and ask me whatever questions or comments throughout the program, that is obviously hugely appreciated for my time and efforts. And membership tiers are also available through the link pinned at the top of the chat. I love it. I got a lot of interesting things to talk about with you guys tonight, and so we're just gonna dig into it. So at the top, what I have for the news tonight is Robinhood is going public. Robinhood, the exchange, the crypto exchange, is going public with an IPO. And this comes courtesy of CNBC with an article stating Robinhood says Dogecoin accounted for 34% of crypto revenue in the first quarter. Robinhood said its IPO prospectus on Thursday that 17% of transaction-based revenue in the last quarter came from cryptocurrencies, up a whole 4% from the year previously. And get this, guys, within the crypto business, within Robinhood, 34% of all cryptocurrency transactions and revenue came from Dogecoin transactions. The company included a specific risk factor related to Dogecoin. So Robinhood, a company that helped popularize stock trading in recent years, saw major growth in Dogecoin transactions this last year that have included specific risks in its IPO prospectus tied to it. So this is a very interesting development. Now that it's official, now that the quarterly report is out, that 34% of all of Robinhood's revenue consequential to cryptocurrency is specifically from Dogecoin. That is a massive chunk of their market under the umbrella of one single coin. That is wild to learn that. So what do we make of this? Well, as far as once Robinhood goes public with an IPO, it's important to keep in mind if you are thinking about investing on the stock market into the IPO, you usually don't want to jump in right away with IPOs as far as your investment goes. They typically have a history of starting off really strong. They start off really high, and then they go really low. And then it takes a while before they can climb back up again. So that's typically how the openings go for most IPOs anyway. There's always a few exceptions to the rule, but overall, that's usually how the opening of an IPO transpires. So just keep that in mind if you're thinking about investing in Dogecoin, in Robinhood's IPO public offering. Back to the CNBC article. So get this, Dogecoin derived income accounted for 6% of the company's overall revenue in the period, while crypto made up for 17%. So that's actually quite a lot when you think about that. out of all the stocks and all the stock options that Robinhood offers, and let alone its cryptocurrency offerings, Dogecoin accounts for 6% of Robinhood's entire overall revenue right now. That's actually really massive for one cryptocurrency to be responsible for 6% of Robinhood's total overall revenue, including all its stocks and everything else. That is wild. So that being said, Robinhood really needs to start getting its act together as far as these wallets go. And I know it takes a while. To get all the developmental details in order. But now we know through the clearest of clear data, through this quarterly report, that Robinhood needs the Dogecoin community more than ever before. They need the Doge community. No ifs, ands, or buts. They need the Dogecoin community to survive, to stay viable. So what do Doge investors want from Robinhood more than anything else? What do they want, folks? What do they want? We want wallets. We want wallets. We want to be able to trade and transfer our Doge. We want to be able to put them on cold wallets. We want to be able to tip friends. We want to be able to buy things with our Dogecoin. We want to be able to gift people with our Dogecoin. We want to be able to transfer Dogecoin into Robinhood, out of Robinhood. We want control over our Doge. Vlad and Robinhood, it is time to release the Doge. Release it. We call for you to release the Doge. It's time to release the Doge this summer. It's long been overdue. People have been waiting for what seems like 84 years. And they're tired of waiting any longer. Vlad and Robinhood, it is time to release the Doge. Lisa Timmerman, welcome. Lisa says, wallets, I want to buy some shoes with my Doge. Victor says, I got to get my Doge out of Robinhood jail. A lot of people feel that way. A lot of people have been waiting to do that. And I'm sure in part that's what makes Robinhood nervous. But at the same time, I think it will balance itself out by having the wallets installed within Robinhood. I think it will balance itself out. I think it will attract a lot of new investors and a lot more trading overall. I mean, don't forget, every exchange app, trading app out there, they get a cut. They get a small cut every time a trade takes place, right? Even Robinhood. Scott says, so Voyager put a Sheeb token icon on their NASCAR, so Sheeb kind of has a car like Dogecoin now. Is Voyager responsible for doing that, Scott? Voyager put a Sheeb token icon on their NASCAR. Okay, so it's not an official, I wouldn't say that equates to an official Sheeb NASCAR. It seems like a nod to Sheeb, like a sponsorship. To promote Sheeb on the Voyager car, but still, I'm not wild about it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not wild about it, Scott, but it can't hold a candle. That can't hold the candle to Doge car. Are you kidding me? Doge car, driven by Stefan Parsons of the Parsons legacy. Nah, Doge car is boss. First super chat of the night, local enterprise broadcasting. Good to hear from you. $4.99. Doge accounts for $720 million US dollars of Robinhood's annual profit. Let that sink in. Yeah, I'm trying to convey that. Thank you so much for that, local enterprise broadcasting. Just think about that, $720 million just annually. That is no small feat, folks. That is no small feat. So what this last quarterly report shows is that Robinhood's biggest customers, not just out of all the crypto on their platform, but out of all the stock trading that goes on Robinhood too, which is what the overwhelming majority of people use Robinhood for predominantly, is stock trading, and just a little bit under 20% of their earnings comes from crypto, and 6% of that 17% comes from Doge. So 6% of the company's overall revenue is exclusively from Dogecoin. Robinhood said that its business could be hurt if markets for Dogecoin deteriorate, or if the price of Dogecoin declines, including as a result of factors such as negative perceptions of Dogecoin or increased availability of Dogecoin on other cryptocurrency trading platforms. Well, I don't really see how Dogecoin could... The platforms that are left for Dogecoin to be on would not impact the competition ratio of Robinhood at this point. So I don't really think that's a great concern at this stage. So overall, crypto assets on Robinhood have virtually skyrocketed in the first quarter on a year-to-year basis, all the way from about 481 million, all the way now to almost totaling 12 billion. Similar to PayPal, which doesn't allow customers to transfer any crypto holdings to other digital wallets, so you can't do that with PayPal yet. Currently, Robinhood, you can't deposit or withdraw cryptocurrencies in or out of the app. And they keep talking that they're finally going to make this a reality. And, I think everybody's been pretty patient. But at this point, we need a timeline. I think even if Vlad gave people a timeline and just said, hey, listen, we haven't forgotten about this idea. We're still committed to this idea. We're on it. It takes a lot of work, but we're determined to get it done. And we're looking at a rough timeline of XYZ. I think that would put a lot of people at ease. And in my opinion, this is a big PR failure in not releasing a clear statement to that degree, in that fashion. Beasley Broadcasting, Stephen, or worked with Chris Caroli on voiceovers. I have not worked with Chris. I used to do voiceovers years ago, but recently, since I started the show, I've been asked about getting back into it, and that's something I may explore. So we'll see. GameStar, sorry to hear about your channel getting removed. I'm not sure why it happened, but I'm really sorry to hear that. Celeste, welcome. Celeste says, shill your coins with a super chat. Thank you, Celeste. Good suggestion. All right. All right. Well, the next story, guys, the next story. Newsweek reports Dogecoin, baby Dogecoin spikes prices spike after Elon Musk tweets, release the Doge. We're going to get more into the details of this. So firstly, let me just go over a little bit of what Newsweek had to say about it. Dogecoin trading activity spiked Thursday morning as Elon Musk once again pushed the cryptocurrency on his Twitter account. Release the Doge was tweeted out at 4:43 a.m. Eastern time, the exact time as the token was experiencing a small price spike. It's unclear if Musk caused the spike or if his tweet was simply a response to it. Honestly, I think it was a response to it. Yeah, because when I went over this, when I look back at the timeline upon which Elon tweeted that out and where Dogecoin was at in close proximity before he tweeted that out, Dogecoin was already experiencing an incline before he tweeted that out, which is something that's definitely notable. But then Musk followed up with another tweet in which he repeatedly wrote, "Baby Doge do 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 do, baby Doge do 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 do, baby Doge do 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 do, baby Doge," in reference to the highly popular children's song Baby Shark. Afterwards, a cryptocurrency token called Baby Dogecoin rose sharply in value and trading volume almost doubled within the hour. It's hard to give an absolute figure on how much Baby Dogecoin increased in price, as its price is too low to be specifically tracked on CoinMarketCap. Before Musk's second tweet, it was up around 30% as of 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Both tweets attracted a lot of attention, with the release the Doge tweet gaining more than 55,000 likes in just a little over 2 hours. Musk is often associated with Dogecoin. It is based on the Doge internet meme featuring the Shiba Inu dog. So guys, it's one of these things where I don't think that Elon Musk was specifically shouting out Baby Dogecoin. And some of the mainstream media, they don't know much about, well, most of the mainstream corporate media isn't terribly dialed in on cryptocurrency culture, particularly on the day-to-day basis, right? But so they assume, some of them assume that he was specifically giving a shout out to Baby Doge, the token. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. And no disrespect to Baby Doge. And to Baby Doge, the Baby Dogecoin community's credit, I think there's a fair amount of folks within that community that understand that as well, but also understand that why would they capitalize on that, right? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? And so, and what's more notable than that is after Baby Doge token received an enormous parabolic bounce following that tweet, then it had a really sharp retracement. I want to say almost to about 40% retracement following that. Now, typically, what we see with a BSC token is you'll see a huge spike like this, then you'll see a massive retracement to the point of it leveling out to the same place where it was before the spike, right? And sometimes lower. And then we have a hard time ever seeing it return to substantial higher market value gains thereafter. But what's going on with Baby Dogecoin right now is it's been climbing steadily all day today. which is a very good sign for baby Dogecoin anyway. Now, I don't think that baby Dogecoin poses any serious significant threat to the original Doge. And from what I've seen, now I'm not telling you to invest in baby Dogecoin. I don't feel comfortable telling people what to invest in. That's never been my game here. And I don't even know, I can't even speak on behalf of, I don't even think the team behind baby Doge is fully doxed. I don't think so. But I know that the predominant owner put a video out the other day, showing his face and communicating with people. So that is what I'm saying is the fact that baby Dogecoin is doing really well now, a day and a half now after the Elon tweet, is a very good sign. It bodes very well for baby Doge. So where this heads in the future, I don't know. I don't know what the future lies for baby Dogecoin. What I can say is overall, the tone and tenor of that community seems to be more positive than some of its competitors in the in that sphere of the crypto market, should I say? So we'll see. But as I always say, my and I've made a couple of videos out of this. I've made a couple of videos kind of explaining my philosophy on BSC tokens. And it is, it's pretty much this. Like, people just need to be aware of what they're getting themselves into. I'm not against investing in BSC tokens, but the bottom line is when you're investing in tokens is you either trust and you believe in the person or persons behind these projects or not. Never invest more than you can lose, and don't let the tokens eat up much of your portfolio. They shouldn't eat up that much of your portfolio at all. They should eat up, just one slice of the pie, folks. Just one slice of the pie, in my opinion. And then most importantly, have fun. Have fun. If you find yourself getting way too stressed out about your BSC investments, in my opinion, that's a good indicator that you're investing too much at that point. Local Enterprise Broadcasting, thank you for the $10 super chat, my friend. Appreciate it. Just DM'd you our company's door graphic. Feel free to share. Keep up the great stream. We'd be happy to pay you for a voiceover when we need a commercial. Awesome. I will definitely check out the door graphic logo, Local Enterprise Broadcasting. I'll definitely check that out. Anthony Grant, welcome. Poor Man Trading, welcome. Jason Huffman, welcome. You sneaked in there on me somewhere. And Lisa says, smash that like button. That's right, people. Smash that like button like you'd smash your childhood celebrity crush. Yes. Celeste says lots of people have been visiting that crypto red light district lately. Yeah, and there's psychological reasons behind why that's been happening more. The whole market's kind of been in a downturn for a bit. At best, things are just trading sideways. Things can get a bit boring to people on a day-to-day basis if they're super engaged on a day-to-day basis, watching their favorite coins just trade sideways for months at a time. It kind of dissipates their enthusiasm, so then they start kind of looking around. They find themselves wandering into that naughty red light district of crypto. And that, my friends, is a little something we've become familiar with, known as the pancake swap. The pancake swap. Most of us has been there. Not everybody wants to admit it. But when you're by yourself and you're feeling a bit lonely, and a bit bored, your hands start to wander, don't they? And they go directly to your device. And before you know it, you're opening up that pancake swap and you're buying a bunch of B&B and you're purchasing baby of a baby safe Shiba. You're putting $100 here, putting $50 in there, hoping for that big moonshot. Just shake things up. Listen, folks, I understand. But just as important, I'm not against in these sort of indulgences. I'm not against it. I'm not a purist. I'm not an absolutist in this regard. But I will say, just know what you're getting yourself into. Just understand that it's a much higher volatility, much higher risk game than the coin market. Just as long as you go into it cool with the higher risks associated with what you're doing and you understand that, I don't have a problem with it. Celeste says, I visited the red light district and all I got was herpes. For those who don't know, herpes is a BSC token created actually by one of the Dogecoin developers. And those folks, I think her name's Veronica. Veronica gave me herpes. She gave me a lot of herpes. She gave me herpes, I think, 3 different times. So I'd want to thank her for that. Jason Huffman says, I sold all my red light district coins. He's out. He is done. That's understandable, folks. That's understandable. I understand. And I also understand the concerns and the frustrations right now where some people are concerned that perhaps too many resources and too much attention and capital may be getting too dispersed among all the red light district coins and taking away a lot of investment money from the big ones, right? Specifically Dogecoin and things like this. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that all these BSC tokens, as investors, do you think that they're posing a real threat to some of the top coins in terms of dissipating their ascendance, or at least slowing it up a lot? Do you think it's having a major effect or no? I'm not quite sure what to think of that yet, because most people I know that play around the red light district are doing it with they're not throwing like a ton of money in there, right? And they're already pretty set with the big bags that they have accumulated in the big coins. So I think this might have been the money going in that I know anyway, from the people I know anyway, that are going into BSC tokens is stuff that they probably spend on the night on the town, or, buy some extra kind of frivolous things on the internet with anyway. So what do you guys think? My mind's not quite entirely made up on that. Lisa says, definitely voiceover with Beasley. Okay. All right. Poor Man Trading seems to think dilution will destroy it all. And yeah, some people really feel strongly about that. Some people really feel strongly about that. I'm still trying to assess the pulse of it. I think a lot of people are getting nervous right now. We're trading sideways. Bitcoin is still struggling, guys. Still struggling. Still getting rejected at the 35,000 mark last time I checked, which some people are finding rather alarming. So I think people, anytime systems, people get a sense that systems are failing or the current course isn't working. You get a lot of different people, a lot of different opinions trying to figure out why this is the case, so it's understandable, but I think we need to keep cool heads. We need to keep cool heads about all this, and not get too divisive, and not get in this. It's easy to get in this space where you started admonishing everyone that doesn't have the exact same opinion on this sort of stuff as you do. And I don't think that's healthy for the Dogecoin community, in my opinion. So my opinion on BSC tokens, I think I've been pretty clear about it. Again, to me, it's very contextual. Just as long as people have a clear understanding what they're getting themselves into. I guess the only, aside from rug pulls and all the other sketchy stuff like that, the only other thing that I can readily think of that really rubs me the wrong way is if you got a BSC token and you're marketing it as something that it's not. You're marketing it as the next Dogecoin. You're marketing it as the next Bitcoin, the next Ethereum. Well, you're taking your orange and you're trying to insist that it's an apple in order to get all the attention and investment money from people that are usually interested in apples, not oranges, right? And to me, that's patently dishonest, disingenuous. And I have seen some of that activity. Out of the BSC market, and I have confronted, I have discussed some of that here on this show. But you really can't underestimate the effect that Barry Silbert also had in the market as well. And I pretty much agree with Upshot in that regard. Just how devastating short term anyway it was for Dogecoin, because he ended up severely starting basically launching a campaign, a coordinated attack to short Dogecoin big time when it was at its apex around 70 cents. That really had a profound impact on not just Dogecoin, but the entire cryptocurrency market thereafter. And we've just been kind of struggling to recover ever since. But something to keep in mind when you zoom out and you look at the overall trajectory and algorithms of these things, patience is the most important attribute to exercise when you're in this space, right? So you just got to ask yourself, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Dogecoin, whether it's Ethereum. In my opinion, these are going to continue to be the big three, continue to be the most sound investments in all of crypto, in my opinion. So if you're holding any or all three of these, I am of the mindset that if we look to the market value of these three in 2 to 3 years from now, we are going to see a distinctly higher market value on all three of these at that time. So at the end of the day, if you feel that way as well, then it's important to make sure you're taking breathers, not getting too caught up in the day-to-day stress of what the markets are doing, right? Johan Kim says, "Yep, Barry fudged up. Release the Doge on him." Release the Doge. Guys, you're listening to your man, Real Deal Steven Steele, coming to you live this Friday night. If you haven't smashed that like button, please take a moment to do that. If you're new here, I'd like to welcome you and encourage you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And lastly, if you feel compelled to super chat at any time throughout this broadcast, that's obviously hugely appreciated for my time and efforts. Feel free to ask me whatever questions or state whatever comments you'd like. Esteban, good to see you, my friend, and thank you for that $1 super chat. Let's get to the next story here. Here's an interesting one. Million Doge Disco launches Dogecoin millionaire gifting 1 million Dogecoin in augmented reality. So this is a new game that is launching. Finally back. We're finally back. Goodness gracious. Yeah, that took about 2 to 3 minutes there. But it's finally back. Thank you again, Spectrum. That connectivity interruption was brought to you by Spectrum Internet. But we are back. It's just really intermittent right now. It's just, okay. I think we're back. I think we're back for good now, guys. So anyway, as I was saying, this new video game that launches tomorrow called Million Doge Disco. It launches tomorrow by this guy named Gary LaChance. He's a Vancouver-based Dogecoin millionaire and the founder of something called the Decentralized Dance Party. So he's giving away 1 million of his personal Dogecoin that he has held in a paper wallet since 2014. Wow. Imagine how much that's worth. That's a Nick Ball story. That's a Nick Ball story. Gary LaChance, Dogecoin millionaire, due to purchasing Dogecoin in the year 2014. And back then, guess how much 1 million Dogecoin cost in 2014? Just take a wild guess. Just take a wild guess. Back in 2014, you could get 1 million Dogecoin for just $300. Think about that. 1 million Dogecoin, Dr. Evil Voice, for approximately $300. Now, just imagine if you would have bought, let's say, 5K in Dogecoin in 2014. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. And that is essentially what Nick Balls did. So this guy has a very similar narrative to our friend Nick. So with this meteoric rise of the value of Dogecoin over the past year, a $300 investment back then would be worth more than $300,000 now. Currently. And even a $300 investment from then would be worth $1 million at Dogecoin's apex when it was at 70 cents. Incredible. Incredible. Esteban, thank you for the $2 super chat. Says, you have an amazing beard, sir. I appreciate your appreciation of my beard and support of the show. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. So this guy goes on to explain Million Doge Disco, and he describes it like this. He says, we have developed a Pokemon Go style augmented reality game that is accessible from any smartphone, powered by Block V platform. 1 million Dogecoin and other digital NFT artifacts will be scattered across the globe. Each player will earn a Tamagotchi-style interactive Disco Doge NFT or Dogecoin that you can dance with in augmented reality, receive daily Dogely wisdom from, and use to collect Dogecoin and other rewards. So it sounds like because it's Pokemon Go style, it sounds like what this guy did has spread 1 million Dogecoin from 2014, which means they're worth a lot more. He spread 1 million of them throughout this game that you have to go find. So this is pretty wild. I think this is pretty epic. You know, I could see this really even just catching on with a lot of people outside of Doge. People that don't even know what Doge is. People that aren't even necessarily involved in crypto. People that don't even own any crypto. I could see them getting really involved in a game like this. Now, I haven't seen the game yet. It comes out tomorrow. We will see. But it sounds like it's something in a project he's treated very seriously. And if it's up to the, same standard as a Pokemon Go, it could be wildly successful. It could bring a lot of positive attention to Dogecoin. Esteban, thank you for the $2 super chat. Beards and Doge only at Steven Steele Live. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sounds good, Mama Crypto. Thank you for popping in and saying hello. So I just like the sound of Million Doge Disco. Welcome to Million Doge Disco. Million Doge Disco. The ultimate virtual decentralized dance party starts this July, Saturday, the 3rd. At which time, the Dogecoin from the paper wallet will be distributed. Sign up for the party here. Yeah, so this is pretty, I don't know, not to belabor the point, but I just think this is a very interesting concept. I think that deserves more coverage. More coverage. So, as far as the charting goes right now, Dogecoin has been falling short of the first major resistance level, which is around 27.5 cents. But we've also broke back through the support levels over a quarter. And right now we've been trading sideways between 24 and just under 26 cents, essentially. So Doge is going to have to move back through 25 cents or the low 25 cent area to bring the first major bring the first major resistance level at 26.5 cents into play. Now, Dogecoin could test resistance at 28 cent levels before any pullback. But from what I'm seeing, the second major resistance level is sitting right under 28 cents. So if we can get past, I think, in my opinion, 26.5 cents, I think it will would poise Doge to break out, to really break out and get some legs. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes, guys. We'll see how it goes. Esteban says, I like the sounds of beards and Doge. Thank you, my friend. All right. So we talked about this once before on this show, but Dogecoin's latest development upgrade is imposing a fee change, which is going to reduce costs and incentive nodes. So these changes will be implemented pretty gradually over multiple software updates. And so I think this is great. So they've found a way, our Dogecoin developers have found a way to even lower the Dogecoin fees even more so than where they already were. And CoinDesk writes this: a new fee structure for Dogecoin has been designed to reduce overall transaction fees, as well as incentive node operators to relay low fee transaction to miners. Announced last Sunday, the proposal, spearheaded by Dogecoin core developer Patrick Lauder and his team, would be implemented gradually over multiple software releases. With this year's spike for the price of Dogecoin, meaningful fees can be costly. On the other hand, transactions for relay fees under 1 Doge do not provide enough incentive to reach miners that are often left unconfirmed. So here the Dogecoin devs again making very impressive upgrades. Again, speaking of which, the purpose of Dogecoin transaction fees is spam prevention, says Dogecoin developer Ross Nickel, who I've had on this show, and who I'm going to be on his show in the near future. Ross went on to say, we provide suggested values so users can have confidence. If they lose those values, their transactions will confirm in a reasonable time. So that's good news. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat here. Alex says, what if I was to tell you that we are in the Matrix? The Matrix. And Doge is in 2017. Yeah, reptile. I literally just explained about Million Doge Disco for about 15 minutes there. So maybe play it back when I'm off the air. But yeah, just also feel free to look it up. But essentially, it's beta launching tomorrow, and it's a pretty in-depth, interactive, mobile video game, kind of akin to the Pokemon Go style. Market Insider reports Ethereum now has more active addresses than Bitcoin, and assigned traders are turning bearish in the world's biggest world's cryptocurrency. Ethereum has 757,859 active addresses as of Friday. Over 49,000 more than Bitcoin. Wow, guys. So as it stands right now, there's almost 50,000 more Ethereum investors than Bitcoin investors. I think the rise of Ethereum over Bitcoin is in part due to DeFi. In part. You know, Some people are looking at this as a sign of big bearish things to come. Other people are looking at it as a sign of the tides turning, perhaps the beginning of the end of Bitcoin dominance over the market. I think it's a little of both. I don't think it's entirely one or the other. I think it's a little bit of both. If it is the latter, it's quite possible that things continue to get worse before they get better. But either way, the good news is choose your own adventure. But either way, I think things will get better. I think things will get better, folks. So Market Insider went on to write, the slide in active addresses is a sign that demand for Bitcoin is fading quickly as more people sell the cryptocurrency. At the same time, traders may be willing to buy the dip. That's a bearish trend for the cryptocurrency's price, and some market commenters said. What do you say, guys? Do you think... Oh, there's my Doge. My Doge is barking. Do you think that this is a sign of a bearish market to come? Or do you think this is a sign that people aren't leaving cryptocurrency, they're just reallocating their funds to other coins? Which one do you think it is? Nurse Terry Reed coming in with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Nurse Terry Reed. Thank you so much for that. She says, love the real deal, Stephen Steele. Love you back, Nurse Terry Reed. Appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much. Christopher says, Bitcoin is a boomer coin. Bitcoin will be AOL. Ouch, Chris. Alex says, I can't see Bitcoin dropping more. Hector says, I bought my first Bitcoin at the 19,000 limited edition coin is how I see it. So do you think the fact that there's more Ethereum transactions than Bitcoin transactions taking place, do you think that is a sign of people leaving cryptocurrency or just reallocating their Bitcoin investments to other cryptocurrencies? Celeste says, if it's a bear market, it's not the usual one, as we have way more retail and institutional investors. I agree with that. I agree with that comment. Bang Stun says, crypto gains popularity. Just people bouncing around, short attention span, all trying to chase the next big pump. I don't disagree with that. I think that's a high probability. A high probability, Bang Stun. It's really good to be diverse, especially what's trending by the dip. Delicious. Guys, I am going to float out a theory. I'm going to float out a theory here and just see what you guys think. And I'm just floating out there. I'm not saying I feel this way. It's just a thought that I've had in regard to BSC tokens in relation to the rest of the market. Is it possible that BSC tokens are actually playing a positive role to a degree in terms of keeping people engaged in cryptocurrency when the market's rather boring or not doing so hot. Maybe the BSC, the little money that people are throwing at the smaller investments that people are throwing in the BSCs, is it possible that those are helping actually keeping people engaged in crypto overall until the market picks up? What do you guys think? Imperial Beats coming in with the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that, Imperial Beats, and good to hear from you. I feel what's going on in crypto has a lot to do with the AMC squeeze. These big hedge funds have a lot to cover. I think you raise a really interesting point there, Imperial Beats. I think you raise a really interesting point. I think it has a bit more to do with it than perhaps we're giving it credit for. What's also interesting too, as I will remind you guys, many people much more well-moneyed and connected than we are really buying these dips right now, are really filling their bags and buying these dips right now. So what does that tell you? Is that the behavior of a market that is fading in relevance? I don't think so, folks. I don't think so. The investments don't lie. The money, where that money's going, that doesn't lie. There's no other way to interpret that. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Hector says, I saw XRP was manipulated when nobody was able to trade it. Somebody's doing something. It ain't right. It ain't right, he says. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you... I don't think I saw that, but I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm definitely not saying it didn't happen. Big says he thinks Mana is going to go big. We'll see. I don't have strong feelings about Mana one way or the other, honestly, from what I've seen. You could be right. I just don't have strong feelings one way or the other on Mana. Now, I think Matic seems pretty well poised in my opinion, but yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. So, let's see here. Market Insider went on to write, Ethereum addresses empower people to be an economic agent in the digital world. Lex Sokolin, a head economist at a blockchain company, Consensus, told Insider. You know, essentially what that person is saying is that people want more bang for their buck. Unless you have a lot of money in Bitcoin, or unless you invested in Bitcoin, a year or more ago, your returns aren't going to be that great on Bitcoin. And I've said this many times. I think it's just kind of the inevitable. In part, this is inevitability of people learning what their options are. Let's say you're a working class investor and you put $3,000 into Bitcoin 3 months ago. Well, you can't be too happy where things are at. And then they're looking at a few of their other options and seeing how much greater their margins could be if they reallocated that $3,000 to Ethereum and Dogecoin. So I think a fair amount of that is going on as well, guys. Bankstun says, all my other crypto holdings are up on the day. Only Doge is stuck. I think that's a sign, like in your intro, with all other cryptos running. And then here comes the Doge on the rocket, blasting through. That's what I'm talking about. You guys, when I said blasting through and I clapped my hands like that, my Doge got so rattled, she jumped off the bed. And now she's looking at me. It's okay. It's okay. Come back on the bed. It's okay. You know, if you saw this Doge, she's so tough looking too. But she has these moments where she just gets she gets so scared so easily. It's really an ironic dynamic there. Really an ironic dynamic there. So let me see if there's anything else I didn't cover here. Yeah, I think that's about all the news stuff I wanted to cover for tonight. Let me see, maybe one other thing here. Erectile Reptile coming in with a $10 super chat. Thank you for that, Erectile Reptile. Appreciate that. Fact: a man survived being hit by a car and thrown 118 feet. Wow. Matthew McKnight was hit by a car traveling 70 miles per hour. Now he holds the Guinness World Record for the furthest distance thrown by a car. And Matthew McKnight is doing all right now. Is he still alive? That is a wild fact, Erectile Reptile. Thank you for your super chat, and thank you for the fact of the day, man. That's wild stuff. That is one lucky man. That is one lucky man. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's about all I had covered. Unless you guys got questions, any questions for me, let me know. I'll give you guys to field me with any other questions, or else I'm going to I think I'm going to fade this one out. But yeah, it's Friday night. What kind of Doge do you have? I got a Black Lab and a German Shepherd mix. Black Lab, German Shepherd mix. Good question, by the way. Yeah, I'm already invested in Decentraland Mana. I think it looks decent. I've been holding it for a while. It just hasn't done anything for me since I've been holding anyway. I don't not like it. I'm still holding. But yeah, maybe it's time for me to just refresh myself on the project and take another look at it. I play synthesizer, keyboards, piano. I'm a singer. I play bass guitar. I play a little percussion. That's about it. And then I do a lot of songwriting and electronic composition as well. I'm a horrible guitarist. Have you seen the picture of the Last Supper with Elon in Paris? I have not seen that. Somebody tag me in it or send or DM it to me. I got to see it. Savannah says, I enjoyed seeing you pop up on the Upshots Live today. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I didn't know you were there, Savannah. Yeah, Upshot and I go back since I've pretty. Upshot and I started connecting pretty quickly after I started my own channel. Sing something you wrote. Oh, I'm not good at singing on the spot, on request, particularly a cappella. But I have 2 music projects. My 2 current music projects are on Spotify, and they are Ice Island, which is my main solo project. And then I have another project with my little nephew called Medium Fun. And you can readily look those up for streaming in, an Apple or Spotify. Johan asks, thoughts on Bitcoin miners leaving China, what it means for Doge and other crypto. I think specifically this is good news for the United States because I think about 70% of those Bitcoin miners in China are going to be mining in America instead. And then, of course, I think there's going to be a good amount of American miners that will be picking up that mantle where they left off as well. And a lot of them are specifically migrating to Texas. But I think that this is going to raise a lot of attention to cryptocurrency and its respective market in the United States. When I continue to see the crypto market just blossom in the United States in the very near future. In part due to this, so there's definitely a silver lining, at least, to what's going on over there in China. In China. And Uniswap. Yes. Well, guys, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for hanging out tonight. I appreciate you coming through. I appreciate you hanging out. If you are new here, feel free to hit subscribe. Johan Kim coming with a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Johan. Appreciate it. Don't mess with Texas or the Doge. I like that. Well, Texas is becoming rapidly becoming the hub of the crypto economy in America, and I think it could rapidly become the epicenter of the crypto economy of the world. We know that the majority of Bitcoin mining that's being shut down all throughout the country of China is reallocating and setting up shop in Texas as we speak, guys, as we speak. Terry Reed said, just painted my toenails pink. Fast fact. Thank you, Terry. Oil Fieldman, good to see you. Gives a big old what's up. Wait till we can pay it at the pump with the Doge at Sheets. Yeah, Sheets, a major chain. It's kind of like a next level. It's like a next level kind of like gas station stop with like where they make fresh food, like a next level Quick Trip. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But guys, I want to thank you guys again. I want to thank you guys for joining me. And I might come back for. I haven't done an insomnia stream in quite some time. Who knows? I might do it. And listen, if you haven't checked out my interview with Satan from last night, I I edited it and uploaded it separately. Make it simple for you guys. And it's on my channel right now. So if you haven't checked that out yet, I would encourage each and every one of you to give it a listen. It's hilarious. It's a riot. It's ridiculous. It's entertaining. So feel free to check that out. It's on my channel right now. Yeah, so maybe check that out after this stream is done, which is about now. And at that, guys, I want to thank you all again for tuning in. And I'm going to send you out with the official outro of Steven Steele Live. This is Steven Steele signing out. Till next time.